What is poppin', YouTube? It's Maximus, the Forex trader. Super. Um, so I'm back. It's been about at least 3 weeks to a month since I've done a video on the Forex trading. Well, everything's been good. You feel me? Everything's checking out. Basically, from the I've learned a lot from my past previous mistakes and stuff like that, and now I'm just applying it strictly more into my trading because I always know there's gonna be a other opportunity in the market. You get me? Like that's why you gotta close your losing trades out fast. You feel me? Like you gotta let it run just a little bit, but not for too long, because if you're really right, it's most likely gonna go into profit in an hour or two after a 4 hour candle. Because I'm a swing trader. You feel me? But after that, it's like you gotta close it. You feel me? If the dealer's not hitting the stops like a little like not too strong, but like, because most of the time you do gotta wait for the dealer to hit the stops at least like 60% of the time, and then get in the trade. You feel me? And sometimes you do gotta take a little heat, but not too much heat. You gotta close it right away. You feel me? And try to catch it. Don't mind me. You gotta catch it during the stop hunt too, and that's what we're gonna talk about this video. So we're gonna go over the week, this previous week of December, from December 6th to the 10th, basically. And the three pairs up top, basically those are winning trades that I stacked, and then the three pairs at the bottom is trades that I lost, but I could have potentially won if I waited. You got me? But we're gonna discuss that later in the video. We're not gonna take too long with this weekend recap, because the recaps are just, you know what I'm saying, a recap, and we're just gonna talk about what happened, what trades we could have took. I'm saying during this past week. So okay, so CAD JPY, as you can see, we're in level 2. 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop. Well, because this is level 3 right here. This is level 1, level 2. You feel me? So we're most likely expecting another drop during this week. There's no up and coming week. Basically, you can see the dealer, like, he broke above the 200 EMA in a downtrend and closed back down below, indicating more strong sell trend. And he did it again basically this past week. But I want to talk about how we could have taken this trade in the beginning of the week as a counter trend trade. You feel me? Because we do take counter trend trades, but it has to be good. You get me? Like, I usually don't like taking counter trend trades in the middle of the range. You get me? I like to trade more with the dealer, with the true trend. That's why I say, like, before you always enter a trade, we want to make sure what level you in. You get me? I'm gonna back out to the weekly just in case, cause it's not always gonna follow the weekly trend, but it's always good to just look at it. You get me? So you can have a strong sense of direction. You feel me? And just look at your EMAs. Does the dealer close above, below the 200? If the dealer's falls breaking out the 800, and this is what kind of trend trade I want to talk about. So as you can see, the dealer, like we were in a downtrend, but as you can see, the dealer, like, he closed below the 800. But notice how all these shits below the 800, but he don't want to break down the low of that. You get me? So cause the dealer, he likes to play around, just like how he likes to play around the um the 200. He could play around the 800 too and close back above or below. You feel me? So once we notice, all these pushes to the low after the 800 break, we're like, damn, how come he hasn't shifted yet? Maybe, you know what I'm saying, there's a false breakout. Maybe he wants to go up, he wants to go to the high, to resistance one more time. You get me? And then come back down. So how you would have traded is the new week open rate. We said what we said, and then we're starting to notice that the dealer's moving above, right? And then he throws you a doji. Then you want to wait for the next 4 hour candle to open, and then wait at least 5 pips. You get me? 5 to 10 pips, and then you could take that going long. You get me? For 45 pips until you see what happens at resistance. You get me? And you would have won that counter trend trade basically, because in this example though, like, because counter trend trades, you really trade counter trend trades when you see wicks. You get me? To support a resistance or some type of certain trend lines. But with the 800, he could just close back above fast, you get me, without even wicking. So that's how you would have traded that trade, you get me? And then we would have waited to see what was gonna happen at the 200. The thing with the 200 is like you really can't trade it just off the doji. Like you want to see him hit the stops. Like yeah, like he did hit the previous stops, but you want to see him like do some type of fast move, like really hit the stops kind of fast, and then close back down below. So once you've seen that, because we're trading with the real direction. So we're like, maybe he don't want to reset. You get me? Maybe he just was hitting collecting contracts. You feel me? Hitting the stop, and he's gonna close back down below, and he closed back inside the box, and he closed back down below 200. But you kind of want to wait for an M or like some type of doji nameable pattern. So we kind of had like a spinning top. You get me? Like an inverted hammer, like an upside down hammer, and you could have taken that. You get me? Like I said, you gotta wait at least like an hour, because like we're gonna get the little wick pullback. You get me? So you gotta, but sometimes you gotta wait at least like an hour or like a 5 to 10 pullback, um, and then take it going short, and then that's how you would have won that trade. You get me? Um, I want to talk about the trade that I took basically this week and that I won. So, uh, basically, you can trade it. It's basically like an M formation. Um, Second leg, uh, doji. Basically, the dealer. Welcome to the candy shop. Don't trade until it hit the stops. Sometimes it's kind of hard to, not really hard, but it's a little weird, tricky to catch the trade during the stop hunt. You feel me? Sometimes it's safer to wait, you get me, especially trying to grow a small account, because with a small account you really can't take that much heat. You got to close it fast, you get me. Because if you just wait, um if you close out your trade, you're gonna save money, and then when you do, and when you are right, you're right, you feel me, because it's most of the time it is gonna work out. The dealer don't always stop on, you get me, like he's gonna give you a clean M formation. Sometimes it's gonna be the first leg is gonna be a wick. It's better like that too. When the first leg is a wick, and then after a shift, um and then you can put a pending order, or if you see the dealer going back up there, basically next to the wick, uh, either buy or sell, then you can take it going down. But in this case, the second leg was just a wick. Um, so I kind of took a little risk and basically just shorted it a little bit, because I know how the dealer didn't pass to the 200. Or you could have waited until you hit the stops. You get me? Steve Morrow says, uh, "Welcome to the candy shop. Don't trade till they hit the stops." And you would have closed out early because it was already Friday. You get me? And that's what I did, and I won that trade. That was 45 pips. I'm pretty sure it was 45 pips. Yeah, I must have caught the trade like around here, and took a little heat, probably like a 10 stop hunt, pip stop hunt heat, and just waited it out. That's the thing. Sometimes you do gotta wait it out. You feel me? But if it gets a little too bad, then you close it. But always try to make sure to see if you can catch the trade during the stop hunt. You get me? On that fresh 4 hour open. So the next pair that we had was Australian, New Zealand, and the thing sometimes with these pairs is cause look, usually I don't trade crazy pairs. Like if the the dealer's just opening, closing, and going above the 200, like you know what I'm saying, below and above. Like I kind of avoid those pairs. But once you see like the trend already set, then after the dealer playing around too much on the 200, then you kind of have a strong sense of direction of where the dealer wants to go. You get me? And in this case, the dealer he moved past the 200 a little bit, because sometimes the levels are going to be a little tricky. Like they're going to be next to each other, but that don't mean that it's not that certain direction. You get what I'm trying to say? Sometimes it could be a little tricky, especially around the 200. But once the dealer makes a decision on the 200 where he's going to go, then it gets easy from that. You can see we're in a strong uptrend on this pair. And Basically, I'm gonna teach you how you could have traded this. So, new week beginning. The dealer. We're looking at the hard rate. Oh, we're looking at the hard rate. So basically, we kind of know we're in an uptrend. Basically, the dealer opened up. Um, Sometimes because, and I want to say like the only trades you should be really be taking in the beginning of the week, Sunday, Monday, is like a box, like a hit to support and resistance with the trend line, like retail trader trend line. Those are the only times you should really be taking a trade at the beginning of the week. But sometimes you just, most of the time, you want to wait till Tuesday. You get me, like 9 p.m. on Tuesdays to start trading, really, because you want to see the dealer show you his hands. Like you really can't trade the middle of the range on a Sunday, Monday. You get me? Because that's just gambling and stuff like that. Like you want to see like a crucial point, like crucial patterns, like that that you've seen before on a Sunday, Monday open off the box levels and retail trader trend line, basically. So in this case, like yeah, it did happen, but it wasn't really like it was like a sloppy W. You gave me like how the dealer opened up, he shifted, pulled back, and he went long. So like you might have missed that trade, but what you want to do is you want to wait till Tuesday, right? So you saw the dealer like okay, so the dealer's going back above the 200, so it's like we're most likely long, but you want to wait because the most of the time when the trend is confirmed based off the 200, and the dealer will break above it or below it and then like retest, and then if he closes, like let's say we're in an uptrend, like well we're in an uptrend here, like if he breaks the 200, let me zoom in, like he'll break the 200, right? He'll break the 200 and then retest and not even close below it, especially with the 50 below it, then there's a more possibility that he wants to go up. You get me? And he did go up. You could have traded this doji on the as a blue candle basically, but you gotta catch at the right time when you notice the dealer's not closing below the 200. In this case for an uptrend, and you would have taken it going up. You got me? So moving on, later in the week we won this trade. So we know we're in a uptrend. So we're looking to see a break of resistance of the box. You get me? So we saw like the dealer, like he kind of pulled back a little bit, shifted, pulled back, but that don't mean like um this trade you could have taken it if there was a like two more double dojis. You get me? This trade it just took off, but it broke resistance. But it's telling you something. Um, it's telling you something. Basically, it's telling you that the dealer, he's going long, and you start to see like this double doji, but the momentum, like you want to wait for it to pull back. You get me, like a slingshot. You get me. You want to get in a comfortable seat, because just in case you might go through a stop hunt. Because remember, sometimes welcome to the candy shop. I'm trading to hit the stops, and you just wait for like a third wick. You get me, a pullback. Boom. Once you saw the dealer, because you gotta catch the dealer during the stop hunt. You want the dealer to go back down at the certain area of the wick, especially if you know it's trading the right way. You get me? Then you could have taken it going up. But here's the thing, like, because you gotta risk it at least like one time. You get me, right? Risk it one time. But when you're trading, because ideally you should only be risking 15 pip max, because 15 pips, like 7 pips per spread. You get me, like 15 pips max. In all reality, it is 7 pips per spread, but you gotta count. You gotta. That's why it's better to just wait till for pullbacks, because you're getting a comfortable seat. But with small accounts, if you're taking a little heat, just close it. You get me? Just close it and just wait for after the stop hunt. You get me? And that's how you would have traded that. You would have grabbed in. You would have, because you could have grabbed in right here on this candle for the wick. If you have like a big account, basically, you could have just waited. I'm saying like the 15 pips. You put your stop loss 15 pips below your initial entry. But if you see like you're taking a little heat, especially on building a small account, like you just close it right away because there's always gonna be another trade opportunity. You feel me? There's always gonna be a trading opportunity. That's one thing you gotta remember. Like, yeah, like you want your trades to win and stuff like that. But if you're wrong, you're gonna take a hit. You get me? And that's something you gotta make back. So I'd rather just take a L, like a 5 pip scratch off, and then just wait to see, you know what I'm saying, the dealer hit the stops. And then most of the time, like those wick candles, you can take that going up because the dealer don't wick again after hitting the stops. You get me? He just takes off. You feel me? Like, yeah, he might throw you like a 5 pip wick, but he's gonna take off. For example, like right here, he took off. You get me? And that's how you would have traded that. I traded this right here, basically the dealer taking off. I traded after the stop hunt. Welcome to the King Shop. Don't trade till they hit the stops most of the time, 60% of the time. Boom. And I won that trade this past week and I stacked it. You get me? Stacking your trades is the best thing you can do because you're not everywhere looking for signals. You get me? If you look for just for 3 to 4 signals a week and stack 6 trades, each of those signals, forget it. You're gonna eat. You're gonna eat real good. You get me? People just want to look everywhere. Like, no, like, and honestly, you should only be looking at 6, 7 pairs. Like, yeah, like you might have to switch it off like in like every month and a half or so, because the dealer could just sometimes go to the 200, play around too much. You feel me? And that's when it's time to just take off that pair and go to another one. You feel me? So that's one little tip that I give out. So now we're gonna go to dollar CAD. Um, So let me zoom out to see the initial entry. And one thing about levels, that some levels are gonna be huge, some levels are gonna be small. You got me? That's the thing. Um, so we had the dealer. We're like basically in level 1 right now of rise. Uh, so we're looking for stop hunt low rise. But like remember how like I told you, um, in this example, we're gonna talk about starting off with a kind of trend trade Sunday, Monday. You get me? You should only be trading the market open when at crucial points. For this, in this case, as you can see, um, this is a kind of trend trade going against the trade, the trend. But as you can see, the market opened. We're always looking at the hard rate, guys. Hard rate in this area. As you can see, the dealer open up Sunday, Monday at a crucial point, and you see like the red trend line, the retail trader trend line, and the white line basically. And one way you could have traded this is basically we see a strong buy, right? Like lots of buys basically, because it was easy to trade. You see me how W's, how he just hit the brakes and just rolls. But the dealer's supposed to break resistance, the top of the box, and go higher. But if we're noticing so much M's and M's and M's, and basically the dealer trying to go long, but he's not going long, it's because he needs to collect contracts. He needs to hit all these stops. You get me? He needs to hit all those stops, and that's how you would have traded that. You could have traded this twice, and you would have won the first one, right? Boom, the Sunday, Monday open. You saw all that, and you're like, all right, cool. Maybe he wants to shift now. Boom. You would have grabbed your 45 pips, but you gotta realize that he has to hit the stops because the kind of trend trade, it can work out twice. You get me? Especially in this case, because we're in a buy position, right? We're in a strong buy trend, but the dealer can come back strong as a kind of trend trade twice and hit those stops. And one way to realize that you could have gone back into the kind of trend trade is the dealer closing like with a spinning top inverted hammer after a shift below the 50. In this case, the 50, like below a certain EMA. It's most likely gonna always be the 50. You feel me? And boom, another 45 pips. You get me? And that's 12 wins. You get me? Because you're stacking your trades. 6 trades per signal. You feel me? And you're already done for the week. You feel me? You're already done for the week, basically. Like, if you would have saw this, just this pair, basically, that's 2 trades. You know what I'm saying? 2 signals. You could have just waited till this was what Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. You could have waited till Thursday for your last trade of the week, and that's it. You're gonna be eating. Like, yeah, you might not be able to like, what you can do is you could take the same lot trade for the first 2 signals, and then you could double up on the 3rd signal. Like right now, I'm growing a small account, so I'm only taking 2 cent, 2 cent trades right now. But for 45 pips, you make $9. You get me? So what I would do is the first two signals I'll trade 2 cents, and then the third signal, the six trades, I'll make it 4 cents. You get me? And that's basically $18 times six. You feel me? That's like what, like 70 or 80, something like that, dollars. So that's how you're compounding smart. You get me? So now, you're waiting for the dealer to cool off now, because now he's going to the 200, and you know what happens at the 200. You feel me? Either a reset most likely, or the trend continuation. But now we're going to the actual trend. You feel me? Like, now we're looking for trades going up, and as you can see, the dealer, he went to the 200. We're looking at the hard right always. Well, let me hard right, the right edge of the screen. So the dealer, so we're like, if the dealer breaks down below, it's because he's gonna reset. You get me? And basically make a new level down. But he didn't. You get me? That's why like the retail trader box levels and the 200 EMA work hand in hand. You get me? It's always good. Like, if you're not sure of a trend, like, it's always good to just stay out the trade and just really chart the trend lines. You get me? Because sometimes you might look like you got a good trade, but it could be an actual kind of trend trade in the middle of the range, and that's what can throw you off. You get me? So we saw the dealer going back down to support the actual trend. Like, it's probably gonna continue the actual trend and basically bounce off support off of 200, or I'm saying box level, or depending what it is. And you saw him go down there. He shifted, right? Boom. But you wanna wait. He shifted from the 200, so like, okay, now we're gonna go back to the true trend. You want to see a shift and then a pullback. You give me like a hammer candle, boom. You wait. It's like, it's basically double doji. You get me? So you want to wait for the next, after you see the dealer not pass the 200. So we're like, damn, all right, we're going long. So we want to see like a pullback, right? Okay, we seen a doji, like a dragonfly candle. So we're like, all right, boom, we're gonna trade the next candle. But you want to wait for a pullback. You get me? Because sometimes if you don't wait for a pullback, you're gonna enter bad drawdown. And sometimes the dealer can stop on 5 to 10 pips and actually continue the direction. You get me? The true direction that he was gonna go in. So that's why just take the risk the first time. But if the dealer's gonna stop hunt, just get out the trade. You feel me? Because he can stop hunt, give you a wick or whatever, and then he can continue the direction. Because the dealer usually don't stop hunt again after the first stop hunt, the wick candle. You get me? So that's like another safer way to trade trading style. And I basically, that's why I took this trade this week, and I'm saying I grabbed my 45 pips, and I was out. Um, well, I don't think I traded this trade right here. I traded this right here, a kind of trend trade, and I did win it, but it's only because I closed out early. You get me? I didn't get to max out my profit, but I saw why. You get me? That's why I'm saying, like, you see me, like, I took a sell here, but it's not really a valid sell. Like, um, sometimes the dealer can work out in the middle of the range, but not always. You get me? Like, you gotta be careful a little bit, because he does gotta recorrect himself sometimes. But kind of trend trades are better based off of support resistance. You get me, with wicks, and the second time around is when you can continue it. You get me? So it was valid, but it wasn't really a valid trade. This was like a risky trade that I took and I won, because in all reality, it's a buy. You get me? It was really a buy, but I took the sell. You get me, as a sell. Um, but I closed out early. Like, if you realize after you're charting, like, damn, it's not really a sell. Like, it's more of a buy. You get me? So let me just close it out early, and that's what I did. And I got out safely. Because sometimes, bro, if you're in profit, just move. Just move your. It don't matter if you scratch out. It don't matter if you make a little profit. Profit is profit. You feel me? You gotta move. You gotta break even, because the dealer, now you can't, like, you can't let him take your money, bro. You feel me? Like, there's always gonna be another trade. That's one thing you have to understand. People are greedy. You feel me? Like, they just want to win and win and win. It's like, sometimes, how you gonna win if you don't know what's going on? You get me? Like, you're trying to force something. Like, the market's a beast. Is not gonna move just because you want it to move. You feel me? And that's what people fail to realize too. So yeah, that's how I kind of won that trade, but I got lucky on that trade. You feel me? So usually the trades that I win, like the pairs, I like to keep it around, because if I win those trades, it's because basically that pair, it behaves. You get me? Like, it does what I want it to do, what I'm expecting. But these three last pairs right here, the pound, Australian, Euro, CAD, New Zealand dollar. Those are trades that I lost, but I could have avoided those losses if I would just waited calmly and just really charted out the charts because I was trading a little bit fast. You get me on Friday, like Thursday night. Like even though I came out on profit and stuff like that, but I could avoid these losses if I just really charted and figured out what was going on. You get me? That's what I'm saying. Like you stack up. You can stack your winners. You can open more trades on winners depending on if you see the opportunity or not. But if you see a loss, bro, like just close it fast. You get me? Just try to take a little heat. But if the heat's been going off, if you take too much heat for a certain amount of time, you gotta close it out. You get me? Because it could be a stop hunt or it could be in the wrong direction if you didn't really chart the box levels right and stuff like that. You feel me? So let's talk about pound Australian. Um, how we could have traded this week. So as you can see, we're in a strong uptrend, right? That's what I'm saying. Like if you're gonna trade Sunday, Monday, we're looking at the high rate. So we had like a kind of trend trade, basically a false breakout. Well, not really a false breakout. Well, yeah, like a false breakout because the dealer he gave you 2 wicks to resistance because we're kind of expecting for it to go long, but he didn't go long, bro. You feel me? Like he broke back down below, so we're like, damn, it's a kind of trend trade. So can we trade this? Yeah, because you're not gonna always get the perfect wick neither, like the perfect M in this case for a short kind of trend trade. Um, you could you could check the trade based off the trend line, what happened off the trend line, and the dealer broke down below. He came back up, gave you double doji. You feel me? You wait the next candle. You feel me? You gotta be careful with the counter trend trades, but always know that the dealer can come back around and wick it again. You feel me? Because that's what happens at counter trend trades. They're very easy to trade. Like I wasn't really trading counter trend trades, but they really are easy. You feel me? Especially Sunday, Monday, you can start off the week perfect. Like boom, like you already got one signal one. You feel me? So like, if you want to make money Sunday, Monday, I suggest because okay, so market opens at 4. Usually you'll start trading around 1 a.m. basically Sunday, Monday, because you want to wait at least 3 candles. You want to wait at least the dealer to show some of his hand to you. But you already do your analysis. We're near box level, the white trend line right here, resistance box level, and then retail trader trend line. So we're like, all right, double doji, you know what I'm saying? We waited for the next candle to open to give us some type of stop hunt. Boom, we'll took that short 45 pips, you get me? We'll taking that short. And it's like, because remember I told you sometimes you can continue again on the kind of trend trade only if you see the pattern. But we didn't see like no inverted hammer. You get me? No upside down hammer, because the upside down hammer is a very strong signal for continuation of the trend. You feel me? Because the dealer he has to hit all these stops. Look how easy these trades were to the left. If the trades were easy to the left, bro, he's gonna hit those stops hard. You feel me? But you most of the time you just take the kind of trend trade once. You feel me? And so you see what happens at the real true direction of the trend line. You get me? Because we're in a buy trend, so we're gonna wait. We waited. The dealer he closed back down below, the 200 and 800. But if you notice that he hit it was kind of a false breakout of support. We're looking at the hard rate, right here, hard rate. But I like to zoom out because sometimes you can't see the red trend line. So let me point this out. We're right here, right there, right. So we saw the dealer break out of the 200, 800, right? Boom. But we're like, damn, all right, let's just see what happens at support. You get me? If he's gonna break down below, or if you see him hit the brakes, like a W, especially like because at the end of the day, you still gotta try to follow the market structure. You feel me? Like yeah, like you'll look at the weekly. It's good to look at the weekly and stuff like that. But the 4 hours really is gonna tell you what's really kind of going on. You feel me? Because the dealer's tricky. You feel me? He's moving. He can move fast, you feel me? Especially during these times when, you know what I'm saying, you're just looking for money and stuff. But you can beat them, you feel me? You could beat them. So we seen like this W, but the dealer not shifting below. He's just hitting like a wall. You could take that going up, you feel me? As your first trade the second trade of the week, second signal, going long. You feel me? Going long. And that's how you would have won your 45 pips. Was that 45 pips? But I'm gonna show you where I took a trade and I didn't win. You feel me? It went wrong. Yeah, it's definitely 45 pips. So I don't know. I guess I charted wrong or something like that, right? Like I was right, but then I was wrong. You feel me? Because I think I got out when the dealer, because I took this for a short. You feel me? But I didn't do my correct analysis and didn't see the previous move. You feel me? That's why I say to always just wait until you do your full analysis before taking a trade, because you could be in a kind of trend trade and don't even know it, like in the middle of the range or some shit. Um, Boom, I took it here, but then the dealer he gave you a wick candle, you feel me, a stop hunt, and I got out. You feel me? That's why it's very important to get out. And it did end up winning, but it wasn't the real direction regardless, you feel me? Because the dealer's not long. The dealer's not long, like especially closing below the 200, 800. He can close back above the 800, you feel me? A false breakout of the 800, and it happens. That tends to happen and stuff like that. Or he can just play around, you feel me? Move, close above, close back down below. So he really decides what he's gonna be doing, because you gotta think about correlations. Like some pairs they match as an opposite though. You feel me? He could press the brakes on this pair, and he could be moving another pair. You feel me? Like a pound, like Australian Swiss or something like that. Uh, um, that's why I say to not rush your trades. You feel me? Before you ever take a trade, you want to know what's going on the weekly. You feel me? And you gotta mark down the 4 hours smart. You feel me? You just can't rush in a trade, like, because there's always gonna be a trading opportunity. So that's why I lost that trade. And in all reality, I should have won, but we had like a stop hunt. But either way, it was the wrong direction. You got me. It wasn't really a for sure trade. You gotta be careful with that. Um, And I think this is what happened on this trade too, basically, because I was kind of rushing it. But we're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it. So this week in EuroCAD, it's a little tricky. There's one of those pairs that's closing above and back below the 200. You feel me? But sometimes you can just sit back, chart, and just really put together what's going on. You feel me? But if it's moving sideways too much, then there's a trade that you shouldn't really try to look for. But if it's moving up, if it's swinging, then yeah, like you could definitely like try to trade that. But you always look at where the 800 is at. You feel me? You always look at where the 800 is at. So this trade, um, like yeah, we was in the uptrend of the box in the beginning of the week, but we saw that the 200 was below the 800, and you know what I'm saying, this could be a reset, and this could be a big drop. That it. I'm gonna tell you why that's probably not the case in a little bit, but I'm gonna tell you how you could have traded this first trade right here. So we saw that the 200. So always looking at the hard right. We saw the 200 rate was below the 800 up top, but we know that the dealer can false break out the 200, um and basically close back down below and continue a strong direction. You feel me? So our new week, looking at the heart rate, the dealer opened up. You feel me? We're like, okay, damn. So maybe he's gonna close back down below the 200, but we want to see him break and then pin. You get me? Pin. Especially how he gave you this inverted hammer, two inverted hammers. Forget it, lights out. You're gonna get paid. You feel me? They're gonna get paid. And you would have grabbed your 45 pips. You feel me? You would have grabbed your 45 pips. But you gotta look at the trend line overall, because usually I like to excuse me. So because usually I like to make the red line, the red retail trader trend line, based off the daily chart. You get me? Because the daily is a little stronger. You get me? It's a little stronger. So because we're already using the box level lines, trend lines and stuff, and we're using horizontals. You feel me? So it could close back above the 200 again. You feel me? Because the dealer does do that. He moves above and below the 200, trying to trick you. So but we saw, we're just being careful. You feel me? We're just being careful. Um, so like yeah, that was a kind of trend trade. Give me a moment, because this one's a little tricky. I'm not gonna lie. Like we saw that the dealer, he reset it, but he could double reset again, you feel me? Um, so this is a kind of trend trade, you feel me? Right here, like we saw the dealer, he gave you a pin, and then a W pattern, but it's not like kind of trend trades, bro. Like they're better if they give you like multiple pins. You feel me? Multiple pins, because you kind of could have trade that, but it's a little risky. You feel me? You will kind of want to wait to see what will happen at resistance of the box. But if you saw like the dealer giving you M formations, because we're looking for trades going down, but we also know that the dealer can false break out the 200. You feel me? This could be another double reset. It could be going up. You feel me? Because it don't always matter if the EMAs are below the 800, because it can close back above the 800. It can go to the 800. You feel me? So that's one thing you gotta take note of. That's why it's important to read candle patterns. So the dealer went up, right? Give you information. So we're like, damn, okay, is he gonna shift? We the dealer closed back down below, but if we notice him close back above, you feel me? If you notice him close back above, we're like, damn, nah, it's a double reset. You feel me? And this is how I lost this trade right here. Um, I tried to take it going short, but I noticed that the dealer he set a low, you get me, inside the box, basically like a little last kiss trade, and he stop hunted. You feel me? What did I try? Did I try to go short? Yeah, I got out because basically I saw him moving above, and I was trying to go short when I realized he's not long. Especially after the long M, he's not shifting low. Like he could shift low, but as basically like a stop hunt. You get me? But once you saw him stop hunt, that's what I'm saying. Like it's it's really good to box your levels, take a moment to realize, take note of what's going on. You feel me? And I could have avoided this loss. That's why I could have avoided this loss, and I could have gone in on this trade after. You feel me? You feel me? This hammer candle after the dealer hit the stops with the wick candle, because now remember how I told you after he hit the stops, he's most likely not going to stop hunt again. He's gonna move fast, and that's how he could have traded this candle, the next hour candle. I think this was like around 5 p.m. or 5 or 6 p.m. or something like that. Like usually I don't like trading around that time. Like it's rare I do, but sometimes you can. Like it all depends on the 4 hour. You feel me? If you really know what's going on, but I like to wait around 9 p.m. at night to start trading because the spreads are too crazy around 5 p.m. So that's how you would have traded that trade, and you would have closed out early because it was already Friday. You got me. So that's how you would have traded Euro CAD this week. So last pair New Zealand dollar, basically I I closed out this trade early. You get me? I closed out this trade early. But I'm gonna explain to you why, how I was wrong, and what you could have done. You feel me? What I could have, what I could have done to. Well, actually, I was right. I was right. But the thing is, sometimes you gotta wait. You got me? You gotta wait. Like some people, that's what I'm saying. Like you can't be too impatient because sometimes you do gotta take a little heat. You feel me? But I'm gonna explain how what you could have done to not take heat and basically just wait it out a little bit and go into profit basically. Because also sometimes too a previous signal can give you the sense of take profit too, because just because a new trading opportunity appears doesn't mean that's going to give you 45 pips, because it could be continuing off the previous signal basically, and your take profit for that trade could have been the previous signal's take profit. You feel me? It could have just been finishing up the trend. So but I'm gonna explain to you like right now. So we can see that we're in a strong downtrend. The dealer broke below the 800. You know what I'm saying? He went above the 200, the white trend line, the white EMA. You know what I'm saying, gave you a structure, M structure above the 800, 200. He closed back down below it, especially down to 50. And then we look, this the 50-50 bounce trade. I'm gonna talk about that in a different video. Very powerful, very powerful signal. That's like you could break the bank on that one, because like you just know, like, because the EMAs are very strong, especially after the cross, they could cross each other, and we just know like the strong sense of direction, especially a very good risky trade you could take. You feel me? The Brinks trade, 50-50 bounce trade. Safe. That's not that ain't. It's kind of a safety trade, but safety trade is based off level 3. But that's something else. That's one other video. So I want to talk about this kind of trend trade. All right, we're looking at the hard rate. Like, okay, we're at support the bottom of the box and research trade trend line. Very good trade to take at the beginning of the week. You're gonna be laughing at the bank early. You feel me? Um, the dealer opened up. You know what I'm saying? He touched because obviously when a sell trend, but the dealer got to recorrect himself to collect contracts. You feel me? So these are the only type of trades you should only be taking Sunday, Monday. You feel me? When the dealer's moving around the resistance and support, I mean, yeah, out the box and the retail trade trend line, very strong. So we've seen like two two or three hits to the trend line as a kind of trend trade, the wicks, you feel me? Once you see like the fourth hit, boom, take that. I'm telling you, take that. A very good trade that you could have risked on 45 pips, and boom, that you grabbed that. You feel me? You had that. That's all you would have traded. That's why I like trading kind of trend trades like that. You feel me? Now, because how I say you can get in on retail on kind of trend trade continuation if the dealer like he gives you like a hammer candle, you feel me, some type of, I'm saying, can't pattern, but that's why sometimes you gotta wait, you feel me, for that certain candle. But if you see something like this, it's not really giving you anything, and you gotta put trend lines at the previous stop hunt, you feel me, horizontal trend line, because the dealer he went up there previous time and he didn't break that resistance, you feel me. So that's how you would have known that, I'm saying, that you could have traded it again, you feel me, you could have traded that again. So once you see like a structure like this, like an M structure, because that means that the dealer, he's not gonna continue the kind of trend trade. You feel me? He's gonna go back down, but that don't mean that he's gonna that that he won't stop hunt because he can. You feel me? So that's why it's good to try to catch these trades during the stop hunt. You feel me? The hard rate, you feel me, during the wick candle, and just try to risk it one time, you feel me? Because having drawdown, bro, I don't like having drawdown. I don't even like looking at drawdown, but sometimes you gotta take the heat a little bit. But I don't even like looking at drawdown, especially trying to grow a small account. Like you want everything to be perfect and stuff like that. So that's how you would have traded that basically as an M formation, a previous hit to resistance. You know what I'm saying? The dealer went back low. He closed but down below that excuse me, that resistance point. So this trade I lost, but I could have won. You feel me? And it was because I was being impatient, I guess. I'm not really sure what went wrong, but I didn't lose a lot of money. You feel me? I think I lost only like 60 cents or something like that, or a dollar. But if I would have waited, because we had like a previous hit to 50 EMA, you feel me? A previous structure, you feel me, completing it again. So what you want to do is you want to wait a second time for a second pass, you get me? Most of the time it's going to continue the trend, and I see you would have traded that, you feel me, it would and you would have put your take profit of the previous signal, you get me? Because sometimes you're not, especially when on Friday is already Friday, you're not going to get that full 45 pips. So you got to look out at the previous signal if it's close to each other and make the take profit from up based off of that. That's how you would have won that trade. I'm not really sure why I lost this trade. I probably took a trade a little too early and saw a little drawdown. But if I was to wait, if I waited and then basically did the technical analysis based off the box level and all that, then I would have stayed in because I would have knew what was going on. You feel me? That's how I would have traded that. But yeah, that's it for the weekly. So I'm gonna show you my this past week's results. You know what I'm saying? $29 profit. I put in $15. In all reality, I'm at $46 based off of 1 week stacking trades. You feel me? Real account. I don't trade demo. So yeah, this week is gonna be awesome. You feel me? I'm gonna double up even more. You feel me? Next year is gonna be awesome. You feel me? It's gonna be good. I'm gonna basically record my progress, everything. You feel me? Want to see. Basically, this is already gonna be a $1 million account. You feel me? Because trading is not hard. Like once you master how to trade with small money, forget it. With big money, you're gonna annihilate the market. You're gonna annihilate. You're gonna break the bank. You feel me? Like I'm telling you, you're gonna break the bank because some people only trade with big money and they have big stop losses. Not me, bro. My stop losses are very firm. You feel me? My entries are very precise. You feel me? Sniper entries. I trade like a real trader. People trade like with, I'm saying, small possibilities based off of a big stop loss. Like, I don't like big stop losses, you feel me? I like trading at pinpoint crucial points. So yeah, this is the weekly Forex breakdown, market maker structure, December 6th to the 10th.